Going live. Right, I think I'm live. Okay, the camera is delayed again. Right, hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to daily Forex analysis, or live daily Forex analysis, should I say. Let me just type it if it's working or not. Okay. Right, yeah, looks like it's working now. So we're gonna jump into straight to the screen. I don't see anyone here yet. It's early in the morning at 8 o'clock in the UK. So maybe some of you sleeping. Right. Oops. Let's go to the MetaTrader, not the MetaTrader, the live trading view. So I'm going to analyze the four currency as of these four currencies. Going to start with the euro against Australian dollar, followed by Aussie against Canadian dollar, New Zealand against US dollar, and we're going to finish with euro against US dollar. So you can ask me questions on the way. It's working fine, and I'll be checking if there is anyone interested for any other currencies, if you want me to analyze it or not. So I'm going to start with the bear with me a second to get to know this live YouTube. I'm not really familiar with it. Quite hard video. Okay, there's a euro against Aussie. So this is for the daily charts. For this one, it doesn't look very. Actually, start with a MetaTrader. I prefer with a MetaTrader. It's better because I always analyze from the MetaTrader. Let's have a look at the euro against Aussie up here. Right, the daily charts. So we can see the price is still on the retracement mode. It's still looking as a retracement because this trend is still looking strong. I still want to see a bit more downside to start going to the short side as of the long term. But for now, I'm still looking this currency to maybe even push higher as of the long term. But let's go to the shorter term trading. For the short term, there is a potential opportunity to short it if the currency, if the price goes and pushes up a bit higher. Let's drill down to the hourly charts. So what I'm waiting for this currency to push a little bit higher, just about these highs, which is at 181, 181.10, just about where this marker is located, 181.17. Okay, call it 181.20 area, around the area. So I want to see the price to come up. We got these high here. So I'm waiting for this price to push up that high. We also have a multiple. Yeah, we got this low down here, and also we got this spike low, this marker here, and we got multiple. Let's see what else we have. We have also these high up here, so there's quite a bit of price action going on. So there's a good potential the price might just might want to. Okay, we also have a trend line down here. Let me just draw that trend line. We got this an hourly trend line. I haven't drawn that earlier. So it looks like the price wants to break it. Okay, not for hourly. It's only an hourly chart. But it looks like the price probably gonna break that trend line. But there is a potential for this one, the price come up to this high, maybe even price want to take out this high here and come up to this daily R1 and then starts going down to the short side. So what I'm looking for, the price to come up here, and then that will be my first entry at 180.120 if it sets up, of course. For the stop losses, I will be giving this one about even 40. So 181.20, 30 pips, 35 pips should be decent for this one, for 35 pips or even 40. So that will be just about under this low. So if the price wants to come up and take out this low, you're gonna get stopped out, of course. But then if it sets up again, I'm willing to take another entry up to these highs here, where this spike high and near to this daily R1. So it will be the second entry. If the price comes up that far and takes out these highs, I'll give it another go for the short side. So the for the second entry, the stop loss will be about the same. Let's just calculate. So 180, 160, 165, 65. The daily one is at 78. So let's say if we get onto the 65. This is of course an estimate, it's not exact. No one can estimate exactly where the price is gonna come up, or what's the best stop loss. It's always an estimate, it's never exact. So 181.65, we would be looking 95. So around 40 pips will get away with this one. It's pretty good. About 30 to 40 pips is pretty good. As of the targets are concerned, I'm looking for down to this 4-hourly low, which is at 178.90 zone. We got this down to this 4-hourly low here. So there's a good chance that price will gravitate towards this low and even wants to take out this spike, this little spike on the 4-hourly, and then we're gonna see what the price is gonna do. So for this one, that's what I'm waiting for the price to do, if it's gonna do it. And then you might say there is quite a bit of distance between the between current price and the price I'm waiting for, which is right. Well, this is again euro and Australian dollar. If you have not really trading this currency, this is a highly volatile currency, so it can move. It can cover a lot of ground on a single day. It can do a good 200-300 pips, and consider that we have this virus, and it can cover a lot more than just in a normal market conditions. So this is for that one. You know what I'm waiting for, and if you're using maybe using a similar strategy, then I am might be looking for the same setup. So now let's move on to the Australian dollar against Canadian dollar. Australia, got a lot of currencies in here. Where's the Aussie against Canada? Aussie against Canada. There we go. Aussie against Canadian dollar. On the daily charts, it looks pretty ugly. Does not really give much of a whether it wants to go down or up. It's really all over the place. But if we drill down to the shorter time frame, so the price came up and it took out. No, it had not take out this high here, but it came up at the same level, and now we've seen this reaction on these highs. So what I want to see on this one, this is not developed yet, so I want to see a bit more from this pair. I want to see the price to come down, for the very minimum come down here, ideally to break this 1-hourly excuse me, this 1-hourly low down here, and then have a retracement. So that would be if the price comes down here and then maybe marginally takes out this low, and after have a retracement, I would be looking from there to, so it will be about 86, roughly about 8600. I'll be looking for the price to retrace up to this 1 hourly high, which is another 30 pips away, which is a decent retracement for the, as of the hourly charts are concerned. I will be looking to come up this price to, which is at 86.25, about this 1 hourly high. Then I will be looking to short this currency up there. So this will be the first potential entry if the price does what I just said. If the price breaks and comes down lower, maybe it comes down to here. This one looks like the decent support around this area. We have this cluster of highs and lows. There's a lot of price action. We also have this daily S3. So there's a good chance that price gonna have a reaction. So if it does, then now we'll be looking for the price to come up to this high here, which is at 80, roughly about 8600. So if the price comes down about was it what, 85.65 zone, where this daily S3, and we'll have a reaction and comes up back up to these highs, which we're looking about 35 pip retracements, then I will be looking to short on that one. So we're just gonna wait and see what the price wants to do. I might just do something completely different than what I just said, but that is just where I'm looking at the potential trade opportunity. As of the targets will be, let's have a look. I looked at it earlier. I think it was no, that wasn't daily. It was hourly. So 85.60 retracement. So 85.60 will be down here. So I would certainly looking for the 85.20, about 85.20 zone. We got this 4 hourly down a bit low. There's a lot of price action here as well. Got this low, we got this high, and we got these spikes, and we also have this weekly pivot. This is the new weekly pivot, and it's not being tested, so the price generally likes to gravitate towards these main pivots. Not always, but they do like to do that. But because the price is still a bit further away from this this area, that's why I want to see a bit more downside before I get into the short side. So as of the stop losses, let's calculate the stop losses. For the first one was up to these highs, so which is 86.25 roughly. 30.45. You would be looking about 25 to 30 pips stop on that. So let's see if the risk reward is good. Actually, that's the only thing I have not missed. I have missed for the 86.25, and I did say the target was 85.20. So nice, still a good risk reward. So it's the trade will be valid on that. Certainly here, and if the price, if the entry is going to be up here, which is around 8600, so that would be a bit of a tricky one. 8600, because if you place the stop just above this one, that will be about 45 pip stop, and then that would be not very good risk reward in my view. That will give you about 80 pips, 40. So we're looking for 1 to 2 risk rewards. So that's not good for me. But if you take trades for the 1 to 2 risk rewards, then it's still decent. Don't get me wrong. The 1 to 2 risk reward is still good. But just because I've been trading and how my strategy works, I want to have at least 1 to 3 risk reward. But certainly, if you are a beginner, then 1 to 2 risk reward is good. 1 to 1.5 is okay. That's good for if you're a beginner trader, because that equates they're gonna have less losing trades, which means that when you have 1 to 1.5 risk reward, then your trade is gonna work out quicker. So the more time you spend in the markets, there's a higher chance that the trade is not gonna work out. But that's my trader mindset is developed and I can cope with that losses, so it's not a big issue for me. But when you are new and starting up, then you're gonna struggle with the losing trades, especially when you have like a couple of in a row. So that's the secret behind it. So for this one, 8600, 8600, so 30. 30 pips still not be good. So it will be the 25 pips. Actually, for this one, if the entry is gonna be down here, I might be hesitant for that one to take this trade or not, just because purely for the risk reward perspective. Because I'm looking for a 1 to 3 risk rewards. So my aim is gonna be for this high here, because then I can run into this weekly pivot down there. There is another potential, of course. The probability can go higher and can just go all the way up. So for this one, if the price starts pushing and even go much higher, I do want to see a break of these highs, these two, this high here, which is at 86, 87. So I want to see the break of these high, and then maybe a bit more follow through, just about to 80, maybe 8700, 8720. And if the price closes fairly good, let me just draw. Okay, it doesn't let me to. Let me just draw it. That will be a better demonstration. So let's say if the price comes up and breaks these highs here and comes up, well, let's say around here, and the candle has to be a good, like decent candle. I don't mean like a doji like this one we have here. This spike, it looks like kind of inverted hammer. I would not like to see that. But if the price comes up nicely, where we got this candle here, this white bullish candle, and then retraces, I will be looking to get onto that retracement. So if the price comes up around here and then it starts retracing, these down to this high will be a good entry, which also comes with this low here, and also we got this spike down here. So all a good entry for the long side. We can aim for this high here, and it's also pretty close to this weekly R1. So that will be a good good trade for the long side, but only if it starts breaking these highs, then I will be looking to get onto the long side. So these two possibilities on this one. So you see they're gonna starts breaking and then get onto the retracement or short sides, but only down to this weekly pivot. But if it starts breaking higher, there's a good potential. This is this daily one as well, so the good potential the price want to continue to go even higher, maybe even come up to these highs, but that's too early to say it. But there's a good potential if this the price starts breaking these highs, which is the same highs here, then the price gonna push even higher. So I'm just eyeing on this currency and see how it's gonna perform. So let's go to the New Zealand dollar against US dollar. Let me see what's going on. Oops. It's been 18 minutes, pretty long. Right, New Zealand dollar against US dollar. New Zealand, where is my New Zealand dollar? Oh, there you go. New Zealand dollar against US dollar. Okay, starting with the daily charts, we see this nice bullish strength here, even though the price is still down. The main trend is down. The price is looking to recover and maybe even, let's go. This is a nice weekly candle, but we can see that the trend is looking still down, so we might even see the follow through. But for now, we have to work what's in front of us, and especially for the short time frame. The trend is up. If we look at the 4-hourly charts, we see that trend is up. So what I'm waiting for this price to push a little bit lower. Let's go to the hourly chart. So if the price comes down, we got these Okay, the price tested, actually, can you see that? I should be able to see it. So where the price is sitting at the moment, we got there's a lows down here. I'm not sure if you've seen it because you got my face on here. So we got this price lows down here. So I do want to see the price to push a little bit lower where this daily, the daily S1. I've got my marker as well, so I'm waiting. This is a higher potential for the developing trade. So I don't want to see the price to come down and take out this spike low down here and test this daily S1. Then I will be looking to get onto a long side if it gives me a setup. Looks like it might. That's under question if it is gonna give me a setup. But for now, it's looking good. If it does comes down to this down here and takes out the spike and the daily S test this daily S1. And then I will be looking for I'm gonna go to the long side, and for the target wise, I would be looking to this high here, which is at 61.15. We got this high, so 61.15. Actually, might even have daily R1. Okay, there was another one. No, it's not. So we got this 4-hourly high. I thought it was another high there, but it's not. So this high here, which is 61.15, around 61.15 to 61.20 zone, that will be for the target. You can also take off the first one to this daily R3. So it's been, the daily R2 was tested, so it should not have a problem to break this daily R2 if the price comes up that high. Should be able to come up with this daily R3, which is a 60.85 zone roughly. So if we get on to 59.90, it will be looking about 95 pips. Let's have a look at this stopwise. So let's say 90. Yeah, stop. You can get away with a 20 pip stop in here, or even 20. I think 20 pips will be a good. Yeah, 20 pips will be good for this one. So if the price decides to come down, then even if you give 30 pips, you're probably gonna get nicked. Because if the price comes down that far, it will continue to carry on, at least for this daily S2. And then I know a lot of people have the orders, the stop losses down here, so the price likes to maybe come down, make a spike low, and take out all these stops before continuing to the long side. So that's why I like to have a tighter stop. So let's say if I have the 20 pip stop, that will be around at 59. 59. Where was it? 59. So 59.90 we said we're gonna get on. So with 59.70, the price comes down here. It probably gonna continue go further down to this daily S2, which is a 59.66, and then the price does like to go further, few more pips, because there are the orders just about the stop orders normally just about that daily S2 or the any pivots, and then price of course sees that, and if it's enough price, the stop loss is there, so enough orders, then price likes to go and take out these stops, and then you see the price goes to the opposite, towards the direction where was your original order. So that happens a lot, so you need to keep that in mind. There's a lot of psychological things going on which you need to think of it. It's not only a technical. So this is this. So about 20 pips, and then if it sets up, let's see if there's a potential for another. We got this spike all down here, 59.80. Yeah, I do not see another. Yeah, I do not see another possibility. So this is the only entry for the long side. I don't see if it comes down that far and down to this low, that will be already too far. So this is the only entry I see for the potential profit. So the entry again 59.90 with the 20 pip stop, and for the first target you can take it off at daily R3, which stands at 60 80 to 85, and for the second target you can run it to 61.15 to 60.20 area, which is at 4-hourly high up here. Right, now move to another, I think, which one was that? Euro against US dollar, and I do have a trade on this one. I took that trade about an hour ago or so. Looks like I'm gonna also get stopped out. Oops, not that one. Which one else? See it. Yeah. So I do have a trade on that one. So I'll go on to this. Well, this area is at 110.80. That was the limit. The limit order. So it just got into, and it got so close to my stop loss. It just like a pip. Yeah, it was like just like very close to just 1 pip away. It looks like it's gonna come down. So I think I'm gonna get soaked out on this one, but it's not the end of the world, of course. So my analysis is still looking. Actually, I don't like this 1-hourly candle now. It's looking pretty. Now for the 4-hourly and the higher time frames, yeah, it's looking still strong to the upside. So I would be still looking to get on to and give it another try. If it stops me out, there's still a bit potential that the price might want to come down, and there's a lows down here, so price wants to come down and take out this low before continuing to the upside. But now we have this 1-hourly strong bearish candle, but I still see a potential for the upside, even though this hourly bearish candle looking strong. We have it's still a retracement and nothing else. So we got these lows, we got this 4-hourly, which is the 1-hourly I just show you earlier. It's the same one. Some price might want to come down and take out these lows and get all these orders out of the way, all these stops down here, including mine, before it continues to go up. So if it does that, I'm gonna give it another try if it sets up. And for the, actually I might have a look if there is, because this one already played out the potential. There's a potential. So if wait for the price to, if it's gonna work out, wait for the price to come down and take out these lows down here, then you can try to get onto the long side. It depends. I have a specific setup which I use it for the entry based on a shorter time frame. So it has to fulfill that setup requirement, otherwise I'm not gonna take the trade. So if it comes down and does this setup, then I will be getting to the long side. It did on this one, which the trade I'm in right now, and it looks like it's gonna get stopped out now. But it has to do it again. Let's see, I generally use like 15 minutes, or I don't use 5-minute charts. 5-minute is changeable, it changes a lot. So I use 15 minutes and sometimes higher time frame. This one is I base my entry on this one for the hourly chart, actually. Yeah, for the 1-hourly chart. But I do use the shorter time frame up to all the way to 15-minute charts. I do not use the 5-minute charts because they change so much. It's not very accurate. So again, so the price comes down. If the price comes down and takes out these lows, then you can look for towards a long side plays. And as of the okay, let's discuss first the stops. For the stops, we would be looking. So let's say 110.60 on this one. So the price came down and take out. Then we would actually 60.20. 20 to 25 pips, that would be a good stop loss on this one. So you don't really need much more than that. So if the price starts to drop down to these lows and it causes like this 1 hourly candle for the previous hour, then I will not be interested for the long term on this one. I will be need to analyze and then see how it's gonna go. But for now, if the price comes down and takes out this low, then you can use entry about that 110.60 area with 20 to 25 pips, and for the target will be up to these highs, which is at 111.80, around 111.80 for these highs. We got multiple highs here, as we can see. 111.80 is a lot of cluster up here, and we got these highs here. So it's a decent price action, so it should act as a resistance. So I think there's a lot of traders gonna be taking orders up there. So that's a good risk reward as well. So 111.80, if we get on to 110.60, we'll be looking 120 pips, and if you take the stop loss about even 25 pips or even 30, that is a very good risk reward. So it's pretty good, really. So you just like sit and wait and see how the price gonna react. So I'm just waiting if it's gonna stop out or not. There's a lot of trading. There's a lot of waiting game. You have to sometimes wait for hours before the trade will play out. So it's the patience plays a big game in here. Patience and discipline. So this is what I'm looking at. I don't think there is any questions and not many audience, but I still decided to. Oops. Right, so that will be this full currency. So I've been talking about half an hour now, just more than half an hour. So that will be enough for me. And I'm gonna leave. I hope you enjoyed this one. And if you're new, I'm making this live daily Forex analysis Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time. Also, I'm making weekly analysis, and I'm putting another videos. What's the video? Yeah, I'm uploading another videos for about the knowledge, how can you improve your trading game, and there's a lot of about psychology and these important things which you need to keep in mind. So consider subscribing, and if you like this video, you can give it a like and also share it with your friends. That would be nice. So I will see you guys in my next videos. Have a great day.